Good evening and welcome to The Link. It's been a while for obvious reasons, but we are back and we are going to keep what we promised to give you. Information that you can use and opportunities in your business. We got an interruption there, but we're happy to be back and continue empowering your businesses through information. Tonight we're discussing business crisis. How does a business crisis manifest and so on? And our topic is how can you survive a business crisis as an SME? And my guest tonight is Mr. Mustafa Mugisa, who is the team lead or MD of Summit Consulting. Mr. Mugisa, welcome.
Thank you, Chelsea. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm Sam Setum.
Yes, Sam, thank you.
All right.
You see, you've been off for a year, so I wanted to make sure that you are.
I am aware.
The crisis.
All right. So let's take our first question. What would amount to a business crisis for an SME? Just so that we're not, speaking abstractly. How do I know as an SME that I have a crisis?
One, cash flow.
Okay.
Medical doctors, when anybody is involved in an accident,
yes,
and they're bleeding blood, the first thing to protect is the blood.
The blood, yes.
Because if you don't protect it, many organs are going to fail.
Yeah.
The same thing with the business. The telltale signs that you are struggling is the bills are piling and you cannot pay them. And that means that employees become anxious, customers become concerned because now operations are no longer operating smoothly.
Yeah.
Maybe you are failing to pay the suppliers. And now that begins showing signs that there is a problem.
So cash flow.
Cash flow. And this is why, for example, if you are driving at night and suddenly the headlights go off, what do? The first thing is to stop acceleration.
Absolutely.
And then once you stop acceleration, then you are observing what is happening. You are trying to stop the car. Once you succeed in stopping the car, then the next thing is you are going to find any light around. If you have BCP, meaning that maybe you have a phone, so you put on some light. You want to observe the environment, are you in a safe place or not? And then you want to take stock of what is happening.
Yeah.
So usually even when there is a crisis for the business, the cash flow is the thing which you must look at. How much money do we have on the bank account? What are the critical expenses that have to be paid contractually? Yeah. And then you begin from there.
Okay. So cash flow is number one.
Cash flow is number one.
Okay. First, we just need to re-establish it. So if I have cash flow issues, then I have a crisis. Could I be okay cash flow-wise and I still have another crisis?
I like that. But we say that when you have money, money on the bank account, and it is available for you to spend, you can easily get people to help you. You can solve so many problems.
You can open doors.
Because you see, why I say cash flow, a crisis will come in so many phases. One of it would be, for example, you are concentrated in a few customers, and the key customer does not pay, or transfers the business elsewhere, or delays payment. Now, if you have one customer, they delay payment, already it is coming to your cash flow.
Absolutely.
The second thing could be a cyber incident. Today, every business, however you look at it.
Cyber, you mean computer
Yes, of
attack.
Course. So meaning that
I know you're a computer person.
Every business is communicating via email. Their accounting is on digital online. They're using mobile money to process payments. They are using bank systems to process payment. So the human resource management system is digital. So I would say the entire business processes and ecosystem is digital. So if for some instance, maybe somebody hacks into your email and so you can't send email, or they are pretending to be you, they have phished you, that could also become a crisis.
So your systems are no longer in your control.
Exactly. Somebody is taking control of them. And so you cannot, they can begin communicating as if it is you. So they have taken over your identity. That is now a business crisis.
A business crisis, yes.
Yes. Imagine you wake up and then, of course, somebody sending emails saying you are stuck somewhere, you need help. So depending on the severity of the problem, how many people are affected, that can become a crisis because you can't communicate with your customers.
Okay, there's cash flow now, there's sheer technological crisis.
Yes, that's why we say as long as you're using technology, have plan B. What if the systems go off? How would you continue essential services?
And we'll come to the solutions in a moment.
Yes, of course.
Mustafa, how about can I have systems working, cash flow okay, but maybe can I have a human resource crisis? Is there something
yes,
like
of
that?
course. In the business, there's what we call a key man. There is a problem and a crisis.
Okay.
So there are a normal staff, maybe somebody who does processes which other people know.
Yeah.
If this staff resigned or wakes up and doesn't feel like coming to work, doesn't come to work, you can easily get a replacement. So you can't say that is a crisis because that is a simple business problem. You can solve it.
Yeah.
But now for SMEs, if you define an SME, maybe a company which has maybe less than 20 staff. But in those staff, there is somebody who is a key man or a critical person.
A mover.
And that is one of the biggest challenges of SME or small businesses. Because usually you find the owner is the key man. Now, if this owner falls sick for any reason, because they work too much, the stress accumulates, and so you find the body fails to respond even when you feel like you're going to work. So they know where the bank, they are the ones who sign on the bank accounts. They are the ones who control the key customers. They are the ones who have access to the strong room. So they fall sick, the whole business really is stuck. But also you can get another friend or person whom you trust. There are people, as a business person, you get to realize that you cannot always do the things by yourself. So you are going to find few people to expose yourself to. So you get somebody and really empower them. So they know, they run the IT systems, they manage the key customers, they are people you send to close projects, they are the ones who go to the bank account and you trust them. And then maybe something happens, maybe they decide to just get tired and leave, or they get an accident, God forbid, something happens, they're not available.
Absolutely.
Now, you don't have anybody who can replace them. They even, for Christ's sake, they have the passwords to your servers and services. So you don't know even where to get
stuck.
them. You're stuck.
Okay. That's a human resource.
That is a human resource issue.
Okay. I'm also looking at things like, and tell me if it's a crisis, Ebola. Elections go out of hand.
Yes.
And so on. Can that become a crisis?
Yes. In a business, there is what we call uncertain events that can affect your business.
Absolutely.
But also there is what we call black swans.
Okay.
So the difference between uncertain events that can disrupt your business is that you can estimate them with a high scientific estimation probability.
They come while you see them coming.
Exactly. So you know the likelihood and the potential impact.
Okay.
So scientifically you can say, okay, I can assess maybe today it will rain. These days, the chances that it's going to rain before Saturday, you can say maybe it is 70. Because this is a season for rains, at least in Uganda, right? So you have a probability distribution. So now, leaving home without an umbrella means that you are just not a serious person. Because the chances are 70 any day, it is like you're going to do what? Rain. So in that case, you have high chances of managing it. But then there's what we call black swan. Black swan is an event that happens which has no mathematical modeling. It just happens. Okay? So, for example, somebody wakes up and maybe chooses to close you as a business. That is
beyond your control.
I would say that it is beyond your control. It is sort of a black swan. So the black swan event came following the COVID-19 because the world had never experienced anything like that. Because even the previous, I would say, pandemics like that happened a long time, 100,000 years ago. They are talking about so many,
1920s.
1920s, in the hundreds of years, in the centuries, right? But now this one happened and the entire world was closed off for business. So that is a black swan. So every business now has to anticipate a black swan. So that's why you see the business has to ask yourself, if a black swan happens, How do I remain competitive? How do I survive at least to see another day? Because if it is affecting everybody, we call it systemic. It is affecting everybody. So it is not unique to you. It is not unsystemic.
Okay.
Yes.
We are going to take a short break. We have been discussing manifestations of crisis. And we have by no means exhausted them because of time, but our guest has touched a few key ones around human resource cash flow and things like, in contrast, they call it force majeure. Things that come at you and he called it black swans, you don't know what to do. And you have to think. We're going to come back with solutions when we come back for the break. Don't go away. Welcome back from that short break, and you are still watching The Link, and we're discussing how to navigate a business crisis so as not to sink. How can you survive a business crisis as an SME? And my guest tonight is Mr. Mustafa Mugisa, who is the MD Summit Consulting. He's here to educate us on crises. So, Mustafa, before we went away, we were discussing manifestations, and we want now to move to solutions, which is very, very typical here. Let's go back to the first big problem, which you said, the blood of the business, cash flow. So I have understood I have a cash flow issue, crisis. What do I do?
Yes, thank you very much. So, Sam, what you do, there is what we call in business a cash runway. Cash runway is how many days can you continue operating when you are experiencing the crisis. Okay. Now, that is the first thing you must take stock of.
From the beginning?
Yes, from the beginning, obviously. Because in business, there's what we call business continuity planning. So you are
do our SMEs have that business continuity planning?
No,
I'll bring you back to explain that.
Yes, I don't want it to be so theoretical because it should be practical. And everybody, I'm sure the entrepreneurs who have succeeded for many years, they have some form of business continuity planning, though it has not been written down or approved by the board the way you would expect a regulated institution to have it in place. But they have some form or sort of something like that. You will hear somebody setting some cash, some aside for some rainy day, something like that. So they have some form of the business management, but they are not structured it. So a business runway means you're going to ask yourself, if my business is affected by a big incident, how much cash do I have available now from, I would say, 0000 when the incident has happened? So that cash is usually going to be in the bank, or it could be cash in hand. So for example, if you have 100 million, then you're going to ask yourself, what are the must-pay costs? There are those costs which are compliance related. Critical. You have contractual obligations. They don't understand the crisis has happened or not. So you have to put those costs aside. Costs like employees. You have to make sure that you provide for them.
Staff salaries.
Exactly. You have to be paying those staff salaries. So you have to ask yourself in the entire, by bringing all the people, your finance, your legal, your procurement, identify the critical must-pay costs. The ones which are mostly essential. Where you don't pay, there is cost implications. So that's why we are saying cash flow is important, because you have to stop the bleeding, right? And once you know those costs, then you ask yourself, if my monthly costs, which must pay, are say 100 million, and on one side I have cash available, 400 million. So you get 400 million divided by 100 million.
I can survive for 4 months.
You can survive. Now your cash runway is 4 months.
Okay.
So this means that the clock begins ticking. Within 4 months, you can play games, but after 4 months, you have to find a way to begin earning cash. Even when you are making negotiations for reopening or solving the problem, you are having a time that is running. There is no shortcut about it.
Absolutely.
Because immediately that ends, everything now goes, you fail to control it. And that's why we say SMEs or businesses do not fail because a crisis has happened. Crises will happen.
Always.
The problem is they do not plan for it and manage it properly. So for example, I gave you an example of a car. It is dark, you're driving, your headlights goes off. So the question is, how would you manage in the darkness?
Yeah.
So many entrepreneurs, they really, because they don't have a plan, they get worried, and instead of removing the foot from the pedal to accelerate,
they keep going.
They keep going. Now imagine when you are going, where are you going to land into?
Yeah.
Now, taking that stock of knowing what is my runway, that is very important. So once you understand your runway, the next thing which is important is to have a governance, a command and control.
Okay.
Traditional structures of the business, where you have the CEO, you have directors or managers and the staff reporting to them, are too slow for a crisis.
Bureaucracy. Because
it's too bureaucratic. You want somebody who is going to make the calls. We call them frontline decision rights.
Yeah.
Something has to be done. You know whom to contact. Everybody knows communication has to go through this person. Because if you don't have command and control, we call it command and control, sort of military style. Because there's no room for maybe democracy or discussion.
Dilly-dallying.
You don't have time for that.
Okay.
So once you do those two things, you have really achieved a lot in terms of controlling the situation.
Okay.
Then you can have breathing space. I have a model for SMEs which we call the lights approach.
Okay.
Of course, the lights approach, we are beginning with liquidity, understanding the cash, what has to be done.
Liquidity.
Yes,
that's
liquidity.
Cash.
Yes, of course, because if you don't have liquidity to calculate the runaway, then that becomes very complicated. And then maybe later, for purposes of, we can always tell.
Please go on. Our time is running out.
Our time is
running out.
Lights. Yes, of course. Now, lights.
Yeah.
You begin with liquidity.
Okay.
What is the cash which you have to pay? Because if you don't have the cash, then it becomes very difficult to manage the problem. The second one, I would say the integrity. How do you set up control systems to ensure that the people who are in charge of the business processes understand what they are supposed to be doing? Because if you don't have that, that also becomes difficult.
Okay.
Then governance. Who is going to be making the calls?
When a crisis happens.
When a crisis happens. Because if you don't do that, it really becomes very complicated. And then the third one is trust. Trust is, if you leave communication vacuum, it becomes very difficult. When there is a crisis, you want to identify your key stakeholders. Remember, the governance, the structure, is going to identify the key suppliers, the key owners, the key people, the key customers, the key staff. You are communicating, now you have identified them.
Absolutely.
Now you have to make the trust. Trust is through communication. Acknowledge the issue.
Don't hide it.
Because now once you hide the issue, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
So you have to acknowledge the issue. You have to tell them this ABCD has happened. This is we do acknowledge our part of the problem is ABCD.
Yeah.
And this is what we're doing. Do not get worried or concerned.
Yeah.
We are in charge of the issue.
Communication?
Exactly. So it is like, now if you don't have that trust, it becomes very difficult. I want you to imagine you're flying and then you experience some turbulence and then the pilot is like, have you heard that one? I'm so scared, another one is coming. Chances that people are going to begin wanting to run out from the job, from the aircraft is too high.
Yeah.
So that's why communication is very important. And then we do what we call simulate.
Simulation.
Yeah, simulation is to begin recovery actions.
Okay.
Because many times when a crisis has hit, people, they just wait when they will open. Now, of course, that is poor management.
Yeah.
During the crisis, you have to test which processes have to come up, by when, which process, if it is off for the longest, we are losing too much money. Yeah. Because you remember, blood is the most important thing for the business, cash flow. So any entrepreneur who does not have a strong grasp of cash flow, then obviously they are guessing, and that is bad. So the lights framework, therefore, gives you a structured way of ticking the boxes to ask yourself, am I doing the right things?
Yeah.
Do I have the governance? Am I managing my liquidity? Am I keeping my stakeholders communicated? Am I ready for a resumption of business when this issue has ended? Yeah. Things like that.
Final question as we wind up. People are wondering, how do I do all these things? Where do I start from? I don't have those things in SME, but now I've listened to Mustafa and I'm going to do them. Where do I start from? I come to you, for instance.
Yes, obviously, where do you start from?
Yeah.
You start with the understanding, awareness. Usually we say the only patch to human stupidity, for lack of a better word, is awareness and training and education, capacity building. Even if you have 3 people, you need to be able to go through this process, asking ourselves, what are those things that could go wrong? Because there are so many things that could go wrong, as we explained. A key customer may choose to churn, or they could delay payment, honestly. So now, on one side, you have a commitment to pay bank loan. On the other hand,
there's no cash.
There's no cash. So now, when the bank, you don't pay the bank, they will hold. They begin holding. So now the suppliers will not give you the money. Your operations are grounded. Once operations are grounded, so you can see the event itself of a key supplier not paying you money is not bad. But the things that begins cascading downwards
because of it.
Those are now the main trigger that causes main stress for the business. Now, if you are a good business entrepreneur, you are going to have asked, if you have gone under training, that what happens if my key customer does not pay me in time? So you'll have understood that since I have been banking with this particular financial institution, I could go and arrange maybe an overdraft credit facility.
An overdraft.
So that if they delay, then I can use from the overdraft, and then I could be able to keep my business running. Now that speaks to awareness. But also you could have been setting aside some little money because you know that something like that could happen. So where to start from is awareness. Having a conversation to acknowledge that a business is like a journey. There's going to be corners, steep hills, and of course...
you can't be comfortable, you can't relax, even while things are very good. You've got to anticipate as best as possible crisis. Thank you so much, Mr. Mustafa Mugisa from Summit Consult. Our time couldn't allow us to delve even deeper into business crises and what could happen and what you could do, but we have done our best in the time we have. We hope we added value to you tonight. Thank you for joining us. That was The Link.